are on air, YPG Unlocked, because in the YPG, we got too much sauce.
What's good, YPG fam? And we're finally back with the YPG Unlocked. It's funny how just 1 week without the Unlocked feels like forever, right? But we're back and we'll definitely make up for it this week. Now fam, I've got somewhat bad news for you guys today. Today marks the end of the segment, The Tribes of Israel, and Bali will be closing it off with the tribe of Joseph. So for the last time, let's cross over to Bali with the Tribes of Israel.
Thank you so much. What's up, YPG fam? Today I'll be talking about the lost tribe, Benjamin. Benjamin's mother, Rachel, Jacob's wife, was old at this point and actually died in childbirth. According to the scriptures, she felt like her life was fading, therefore she gave the name Ben-Oni, which means son of my sorrow. Jacob, however, decided that the name would bring bad luck, therefore he changed the name to Benjamin, which means son of my right hand. Benjamin's life is defined by both success and death. Benjamin had a strong relationship with both Joseph and Judah for the rest of his life, and even that relationship was maintained in their tribe. The tribe of Benjamin was involved in numerous battles. There you can refer to Judges chapter 20, verse 20. The tribe of Benjamin was known to have skillful archers. One fun fact about the Benjamin warriors is that they could sling or even handle objects with both their right and left hand. Although the tribe of Benjamin had their bad side, which was excessively and ruthlessly fighting. Benjamin's blessings has 3 parts compared to a wolf, 2 time frames, which is morning and evening, 2 actions, which is devouring and dividing, and 2 outcomes, which is praying and spoil. This sets up a before and after experience for Benjamin and his offspring. What we can learn about Benjamin is that God doesn't see people the way we do. He looks at our heart. God saw a warrior in Benjamin. However, other people saw him as the youngest son, and also the tribe of Benjamin was the smallest. But God saw more than that. He saw a man that was able to devour and divide nations. Well, that is it from my side. This is the last segment of the 12 sons of Israel. I hope you guys have learned a lot and that they were only not just names, but they had a story behind them. Well, from me to you, all I can say is I'm signing out.
Big ups to you, Mbali. I'm just glad that it's not our last time seeing you this week. Yes, guys, you heard right. Mbali will be joining us next week with a new segment titled Unlocking the Past. Now, guys, do you know the sunniest place in the earth? Well, that's where our KMC will be going this week.
guys, here behind me we're having the first mission house. Here next to me I'm having the lovely lady. You are?
Jolene van
Jolene.
Niekerk.
Jolene van Niekerk. She's going to show us around the house, the first mission house, and what's inside is very interesting. So, Miss Jolene,
Yes.
may you please?
Yeah, please come inside. Come inside. Like she said, explain, this is the oldest house in Uppington. But just to put it into perspective, we've just come from the oldest church in Uppington,
Yes.
the old Missionary church.
Yes.
And what is interesting is that the church and this little house, or the manse as we call it, were built in 1875.
Yes.
And this was built by the old Reverend Christian Schroeder. Here is a photo of the old Reverend. And Reverend Schroeder and his wife, Miss Lucia King, they came to Uppington, which was then called Olyfenhoutsdrift.
Yes.
That was the old name of Uppington. They came here in the early 1870s to come and teach the Kurana people how to read and to write.
Wow.
And what is also very important just to take note of is that the captain or the leader of the Kuranas, Klaus Lucas,
Yes.
Klaus Lucas was the one who took the initiative and who kept asking, please send somebody here to come and teach me and my people also how to read and to write.
Yes.
And that is why the old Reverend Schroeder and his wife came. And so this was also the first place of teaching, this terrain where we are standing now.
Yes.
In Uppington.
Wow.
Remember when Schroeder and his wife came here? There were no buildings here.
Yes.
But Klaus Lucas and his people were living down here close to
Yes.
the river.
Yes.
You have to use your imagination and go back to the 1870s. And there they were staying close to the river, which is quite clever because everybody wants to be close to water.
Yes.
Water is life.
Yes.
And then, of course, the teaching started here, and then Schroeder and the Kurana people, with the help of the Kurana people, they started the building of the church
Yes.
and this little house. And they were completed in 1875. There's also a church hall next door, which was built in 1946.
1946.
Yeah.
Would you mind to take us around the house?
Yes, it's quite a large house for 1875.
Yes.
As you can see, the walls are very thick. Just focus on the walls.
Yes.
Very thick.
Yes.
And the ceilings are very high.
Yes.
And that is because the summers are so hot. So
Very hot.
this house is ideal for Uppington, for the hot extreme summers that we have here.
Yes.
Okay. You can see that the doors are very low. That is because the old Reverend and his family, but I've read about the Reverend Schroeder specifically was not a tall man.
Yes.
He was just a little bit taller than I am. So this house was built for him and his family, and they were not huge, tall people.
Okay, I see the bedroom here.
This is just mind your step. This is the bedroom, but just keep in mind that most of the furniture that you see here were donations from the public.
Yes.
This didn't belong to Schroeder and his family. So there's a dressing table, and this is the old bath made from zinc.
Yes.
That is the old bed. It's just a typical old bedroom from
Yes.
the 1870s. But this was donated because for almost 100 years it was full-time church on this terrain.
Yes.
And then it was changed into a museum. And the public was asked to donate
Yes.
historical items. Here, this is very, very nice. This is the basin and which they used to clean themselves. And it's important. This wasn't just in the open. They put it like behind the door.
Behind the door.
Yeah, for privacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I would like to know. I'm seeing something very interesting here.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, this is indeed very interesting. This is the trunk of a kover tree. Kover tree.
Yes.
Yeah. In Afrikaans, kokerboom. Which is absolutely, one of our attractions in the Northern Cape.
Yes.
The kover trees.
Yes.
We even have a kover tree forest near Kenna.
Yes.
This kover tree, as you can see, just feel it. It's like a sponge,
Yes, I can feel
Yeah, and the older generation people, they used to, all of them had one of these. And because the trunk is like a sponge, you can keep it wet. You have to keep it wet all the time.
Yes.
Because it was used as a refrigerator.
Wow.
Yeah. So they took this trunk of the kover tree, they kept it wet all the time, and of course the tree, sort of soaks up the water. And then an ideal place to put it is outside here, like on the little veranda, where we just stood.
Yes.
Because then the wind can go through it.
Yes.
And it even has a little lid or a door for closing, because you have this space. There you put your butter, your milk or meat, whatever. You close the lid, your trunk stays wet, and the wind goes through it, and there you've got it.
I would like to thank for your time, and I have learned a lot today. Thank you, ma'am.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. Guys, so come through to Uppington and come and get to know the First Missionary, the museum that is here in Uppington. Very much interesting things, items to see dating from 1875 up until now, 2022. So let's go to our next place. Namibia, serving as a border going to the sea. Namibia desert is dry, and as well Uppington is a semi-dry place, but the Orange River serves as water life to Uppingtonians. We come here to fish, people come to fish here. On the river banks there are resorts, there are vineyards that are being planted, because that's where the life comes from the Orange River. The Orange River as well has a lot of nature inside of it. Nature like trees, the kokerboom, which is well known here in Uppington. People use it for a lot of things, but the beauty of it is astonishing. It's wow. It goes through many places. To any place that you go through, you see the beauty of the Orange River. It is the biggest, the widest, and the longest in Uppington, the driest place. So now I'm going to show to you how it flows. From time to time, it rises and it goes down. But one thing is for sure, it never gets dry. So guys, come to Uppington and see the beauty of Uppington, which is the Orange River. So guys, behind me I'm having the museum named by Oranje Kalahari Museum. It was built in 1875 by Reverend Scruther. Inside it contains of household goods that were dated from 1875 up until now. There are machineries that took part that helped in building Uppington to what it is today. So guys, what you're going to see inside is amazing. Let's go and see what's going on. Come with me. Now, the first camera. I could not believe to see this, but here is the first camera, guys. It is way different from how what we have today. Look at the lens. Would you be carrying this around taking pictures? No. But this is what Uppington had to go through, taking pictures. We are having this picture taken. I believe that it would be taken to the printing machine here. And this is the light table. And I don't know, guys, but it's very interesting. We have as well here. We have here letters, and as I said, they were donated from the public, so it dates from 1875. This is how they used to print out. They used to make letters, write news. We are having different kinds of letters, font sizes, and wow, guys, the museum is so interesting. Here I have a stapler machine to staple a lot of papers, and as well here I'm having the printer, which dates from 1974 to 1957. Now all these goods were given by the public. We have this beautiful painting as well that was given by the public, so it is dated in between 1875. This side we're having this beautiful boat that was made out of wood, straws and sticks. Now I'm going to the most interesting part, clothing that were used during the Anglo-Boer Oorlog. This year we see the first clothes as they were in the Depression years, the hard years where people were like really going through hardships. They were very poor, so they could not get those clothing which were made of cotton or linen. They used animal skin to make their clothes. We are having here an upper top of the woman when they got married. We also have here the skin trouser which men used to wear, and this, the lady told us that women could not walk around without these kapis, which the Namakwalanas did, which the Uppingtonians also wear. Now behind me, I am having the benches, the church that were held for more than 100 years, up until it was turned into a museum. Today people can come and sit and just relive what was happening in 1875. This is the missionary house turned into a museum in Uppington. Guys, you have to come, for what is inside is very interesting.
Oh, we're back. Sorry, guys. A shout out to our team all the way in Uppington. At least now we know that when we visit you guys, we gotta have our shades and sun hats. Fam, you're probably wondering why I've got my phone in my hand. Well, I've got an interesting question for you. How addicted are you to your phone? That's a topic that Lihle and her team will be tackling on this week's If You Know, You Know.
What's good, YPG? Welcome to another episode of If You Know, You Know. Coming at you from Pretoria. My name is Timberlike.
And my name is Tine.
What has a ring but has no finger?
A cell phone! Did you guys know that most people cannot survive for a day without their cell phones? In fact, they go with their cell phones everywhere.
Did you know that the first ever cellular phone call was made in the year 1973 using a phone by Dr. Martin Cooper? And just over 5 decades later, today you can access internet facilities from anywhere in the world.
But guys, cell phones can also be addictive. And once you are addicted, you immediately disconnect yourself from the real life. And moreover, being addicted to cell phones comes with side effects such as digital eye strains, neck pain, headaches.
One of the pros of cell phones is that they are able to bring friends and family members together regardless of where they are in the world, and especially with today's technology. We saw this firsthand in the COVID-19 pandemic when all, or what we mainly had to rely on in order to communicate with others, were our cell phones.
Cell phones are also known for breaking families apart. In the same pandemic, we had families that lived in the same house, but there was no communication because everybody was on their cell phones.
Now, don't just take our word for it. We're taking a few questions to the sheet to find out more about this topic.
What's up, guys? My name is Nanutando and I am from the YPG in Pietermaritzburg. So today we're going to be finding out how much the youth is dependent on their cell phones. So let us hit the streets and get started.
So how often are you on your phone?
Yeah, as much as possible.
Most of the time.
Basically most of the day. Yeah, because at this point now, I don't have school and stuff. So yeah, I spend most of my time on my phone.
I will say I spend most of my time on my phone because usually it's a thing that I use to navigate through my things.
Almost like the whole day. But not at school. Sometimes at school because we use phones for stuff and we chat around about.
How many hours?
A day plus minus 7 hours a day.
13 hours per day.
I will say 18 hours.
So what are you usually doing on your phone?
I'm always chatting, communicating with other people, just playing games. There's so many things you can do on your phone.
I'm chatting, listening to music, trading, and playing games.
I'm on TikTok. Yo, I'm addicted. I'm on TikTok.
On social media, Googling, researching about certain things.
Chatting, trying to, if you're arguing or debating, probably just search. And we like seeing what's happening around us.
How do you react on a battery low status?
No, I'm a chill person. I just let it be. Yeah, if I don't have a charge available, I just tell myself it is what it is. I got myself to this. So
when I panic, it's when it's on 5%. Yeah, that's when I panic, and then I rush to the charger and then use it while charging.
Power bank.
Say TikTok stops working for 30 days. What would you do with yourself?
Even a day is too much. I don't know. I really don't know how I would die.
So it's over to you guys in the studio.
Hello YPG fam, you are connected with us on one more YPG Unlocked. I'm not riding solo, but I'm riding here with my beloved wife.
Hello YPG, what's up?
Okay, straightforward greeting there. Anyways, today we've got a packed YPG Unlocked, as Mapaseka said, in redemption for last week. But we're going to kick off with the story. Well, we are going to kick off talking about the story of Anesihle, someone whose emotions affected her past and probably her future, which her present and possible future wouldn't be as bright as it has become because of the decision she took. Her story is a bit different. We were discussing here not long ago that her story is different because it's not only for those who are outside of the YPG, but as a matter of fact, her story starts in the YPG. Listen to her story, please be attentive, don't be distracted right now, and we are gonna be right back.
Hello, my name is Anesihle. I'm from YPG Park Station. So I was already in the church and I joined the YPG towards 2018, but I never really committed. But once I really did give it a try, like I had nothing to lose, so I was like, let me just give it a try, just dedicate myself and see where it takes me. But even though I was in the YPG and being given responsibilities, I was not really changing. But instead, I still had a lot of doubts. I questioned a lot of things that were said here in the YPG teachings, and I would always, why? Why should it be like that? Why should it not be this way? This does not make sense. And even though I had a mentor then, I never really spoke up about my doubts because I thought then it would be wrong. It would feel like I'm questioning what should be done. So I always kept it within me, but it was always a growing thing that why should I do this? Why should it not be like this? But it was not questioning or being doubtful in the sense that I wanted to understand, but it was in the sense that why can't I do it the way that I want to do it? And being in the YPG, I ended up having a facade because people always thought I was okay. Even my mentors never worried about me because I was always here. I was always giving my supposedly best. So they never had any reason to worry. But with lockdown coming, it showed me who I was and I didn't like it. It showed me that I still was proud, very proud, because I always considered myself very intelligent and I never could back down, and I didn't realize that was pride. That was pride. So I was still proud. I had bad eyes. I was jealous, and I also suffered with comparisons. I always compared myself with other girls just so that I could feel that, okay, I'm pretty, and with the whole thing of being light-skinned, of saying, okay, because I'm light-skinned, that I do fall under being pretty. So I noticed and then I found out that this is the things about me, and I was two-faced, that within me I was suffering and people didn't know. I was very doubtful. I questioned, even to the extent I questioned because we were learning about the Holy Spirit, and I'm like, this does not make sense. This has to be like the craziest idea. How one day you don't have the Holy Spirit and then the next day you are so assured of Him. And for me, it was, and that was what I had to let go. I had to let go of doubting and always thinking, I know what's right. I'm intelligent enough to figure it out. So I had to start letting go of my past, of comparisons. I had to clean whatever was in my heart, the jealousy, the bad eyes. I had to deal with it. And it made me realize that I did need God. I did need to humble myself and say, God, you know what? I don't get it. I'm human and I'm trying to understand every single thing according to my own intelligence, which you gave me. And I had to be humble to accept that I was proud and I was all these things which I did not want to accept. And And I really gave myself to God. I was like, God, this is it. You managed to bring me back, even though it was locked down and I could have just, never come back to the YPG or the church. But you said, I deserve this chance. And I came. And I just decided, let me just give my all to God, humbly, this time, giving and removing anything that is in me that shouldn't be there. So when I came back after lockdown, what made me decide was I saw the assistants again and I'm like, they made it. I didn't. So I always thought I was clever enough, to always make it in anything that I want to do in life. So they made it in terms of their spiritual life. I mean, they're here. And I was not coming back because it literally took me 2 weeks to come back to the YPG, the church, after it had opened. So that gave me that motivation that, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Whether you have position, whether you have money, whether you are the most intelligent person in your class, doesn't matter. Are you winning in the most important things? And that gave me the push, that give your all. Because every single thing and the goals that you are setting for yourself to have a career and everything, they don't really matter. Are you happy with who you are right now? And the answer was no, I was not. So I had to give God a chance. It was, God, let's see where this goes. Let me give myself wholeheartedly. If you're the way, then lead. After I gave everything, I received the Holy Spirit. And today I can gladly say that I'm not proud anymore. I'm not jealous. I don't feel the need to compare myself with any other person to feel pretty. I have goals, but I'm not obsessed about them, I'm not obsessed about being right, but I'm always willing to learn, I'll make mistakes, I'm human, but I'm always willing to learn, and that's what I see in myself today. What I can say to those who are doubting and questioning, not with the intent of learning anything, but to just make sure it goes their own way, is you will never get anywhere, you understand? And God knows the way, He knows, and the YPG, they will show you the right way to get to the point where you need to be truly happy, to be yourself. So let go of the doubts, let go of the pride, let go of anything that's holding you back, and stop thinking you're always right. I'm very happy. I am very much happy with who I am today. Thank you.
Very interesting story, the one of Anisisli.
Yeah.
And really, YPG, pay attention in what we are going to discuss here, because from the story of Anisisli, you can learn something as well. As we said before, she was already in the YPG, but because she had problems she didn't solve, she didn't resolve in the past, then she had doubts, a lot of doubts. I think that's what she mentions the most in her testimony, about her doubts, about the pride she had because of those emotions. And how many of those are watching us today? They are in the YPG, they've been in the YPG, but they are still held back because of their past.
Still a hostage of their past. Still stuck to their past. And obviously, if your past, you're holding back to the past, it's impossible for your present to be, to pave the way for your future, for a bright future, because you're still looking backwards. It's like trying to move forward and looking backwards. And this is exactly what the theme of this week is. It has to do with resolving the past. How many young people live their lives with an unresolved past? Because of traumas, because of complexes, because of bullying, because of rejection, because of an abuse, but they're still stuck to their past. They're still stuck to the things which they could not achieve in their past. They're stuck to a day in which they failed, and they tell themselves, that's not for me. I'm never going to succeed because I failed in the past. And they get stuck with that, and they're filled with doubts. The feeling now comes in where doubt kicks in, because she was extremely doubtful. Then she starts comparing herself to others, looking at others and saying, she had this, she had that, she's like this, like that. Then she starts looking at something to make herself feel good. So now it's her skin tone. So she says, at least I'm yellow. So what would be, because she said that she would look at it and say, no, at least I'm light-skinned. And what if she was not light-skinned? How was she going to be?
The emotions.
Yeah.
The emotions would kicking even stronger for her.
It was already kicking in.
Yeah.
And she was listening to the voice of her emotions.
Exactly.
Her feelings. And because of that, she was held back by her past. And obviously she wouldn't be able to have such, boldness to speak about her present and her future if she had not overcome her past. And this is an appeal to those of you who perhaps have been attending the YPG. You are a YPG member. Of course, this link, this live usually reaches even those who are non-YPG members. It's open for anyone. But it might be to those of you who are members with us. You were in the Hangout this afternoon earlier on. You were with us in the Real Talk, the activities, the projects, sports and media, and that you're committed with it. You have a t-shirt. However, you're a hostage of something which impedes you from developing any further. And one of the things which lacks in the lives of many is sincerity. They're so stuck to something and they're not sincere that, listen, I need help. That doubt was merged with pride. And if you think about it, the two don't really match. A doubtful person isn't usually proud. But in her case, the two merged. Because although I've got my complexes, although I'm doubtful, I'm still proud. I'm way too, much of a big shot to ask for your help or to think that you need my help. And we both can speak about Anesihle because we met her, we knew her.
I was about to say that today you see a shining her eyes.
Oh,
her eyes are shining. She's so different from when she had those doubts.
Her, like she would never, speak the way she did here. Her story is just amazing because she was such a doubtful person. She was naggy, very nagging, because she would ask one question after the other, after the other, after the other. And we're trying to explain that you can become this great person, but she didn't, because she was unresolved in her past. But once she resolved her past, she could change her future. And by the way, here we go again. When the Holy Spirit is inside of you, your future is guaranteed, because it is written that He will guide us. And when He guides us, how many young people are looking up to a mentor through a celebrity, through somebody on social media? That might be your mentor, but your mentor doesn't know what you're going through. And even if he knows, he might not be able to solve your problem. As the mentor of the YPG, the true mentor of the YPG is the Holy Spirit, the true mentor who leads and guides us and directs us into all truth and what we really need to do, not only to overcome the past, but also to overcome in our future. I think,
Yeah, that's it. I think you've said it all. And as we saw before with Lich's segment, that those people who are the youth who are always on their phone, they are always, looking down their phone, typing, scrolling, they are holding on something.
Onto something, yes.
Yeah, they are holding on a past because the family doesn't give them attention. That's why they go to the social media or to their phone or to games, even games. And we are going to see that next Friday as well in the Woman to Woman program, the Gen Zs.
Yes.
I didn't know that I was getting kind of old.
I felt
because I
felt old watching that.
Yeah, because we are not from the
same generation.
This generation, so we have a lot of differences.
Who of you are Gen Zs watching us now? Please, now you guys can type here. Who of you are Gen Zs? And before we carry on, I think we should play the promo.
Yes.
Let's watch the promo. We are gonna be right back. Don't move. Hold on to your seat. We're gonna be right back. Let's watch the promo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. In the red corner, the generation that claims to be misunderstood.
Can we say the generation is some sort of sometimes self-centered?
In the blue corner, we have the rest of the world.
They just like comparing us, like they do not understand us at all.
Who will win in this heated match? Who is right? Who is wrong? Find out this Friday at 3 p.m.
Okay, this Friday is going to be interesting. The question Miss Precious dropped there, she dropped a bomb there. Do not throw stones at her. She asked a question which I think I would also kind of ask, and not in a bad way. I loved the idea Miss Marcia was mentioning, that she wants to understand. Let's understand. It's very easy for you to chuck stones at them and say, oh, you guys are the generation of always being on your phone. But what's behind that? Let's try to understand what's really going on. So I would like to urge every YPG member in South Africa and our beloved neighboring countries, you guys cannot miss this coming Friday. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's strike a deal. Who is going to have the greatest number of views this coming Friday on the Woman to
We are
Woman?
starting a new challenge.
Oh, the challenge is coming. Ooh, you guys think that we're done with challenge? Oh no, we don't stop. We obviously, if you remember, Bishop was even mentioning our competition is not against others, but the challenge, there must be that challenging Anna, that sourcing Anna.
Even for you to challenge yourself.
Definitely, that's the most important.
Yeah, maybe we're not watching, and I've learned a lot from the Woman to Woman program, and this one, I'm amped for it.
I'm also amped. I was at the recording. I was privileged to be at it, but I'm amped to watch it. I want to see you guys there. Make sure, and let's also push for the Battle of the Flags. Who of you? I know that our neighbors from Botswana, from Namibia, from Swaziland, Lesotho, from Zimbabwe, Zambia, and so forth, you guys are probably watching or will be watching. Make sure, let's do the YPG Battle of the Flags. And the Gen Zs, are you guys also going to defend yourselves? I want to see you guys in the comment section this Friday. It won't be here, but we can share it on our page, but it will be shared from the UCKG SA, as you see at the bottom of your screen, and it's going down. The Gen Zs, we're going to see if you guys will be able to defend yourself versus the world and make you guys understand. It's interesting with this rig. I think that's it. We done spoke a lot. If you guys need our help, our details are showing over and over again on your screen. Get in touch. Don't suffer in silence. Don't be afraid. We're going to move to a brand new segment, which is called Show Us the Source. The young lady is going to show you her talent and what she can do with the drums. Let's see what she's got. As for me and Tali, we'll be signing out. But as you know very well, if they didn't tell you, we're going to tell you. And if you know, we're going to remind you once again. In the YPG, we got too much sauce.
My name is Ompimete. I am from the YPG in Park Station. For now, I've been playing the drums for 6 years now. I will be showing you my sauce on the drums.
Wow, the YPG does not only have too much sauce, but we've also got too much talent. Moving on, I'm going to speak about the university's project. The YPG has been able to reach over 30 schools and over 3,000 learners in South Africa. We have also been able to partner up with the Women in Action group as well as with the police. It has been an amazing experience for all of us. In summary, the university's project is all about motivating youth and helping them see that they do have a potential, not only in their studies or academic lives, but also in all other areas of their lives. Has the YPG ever went to your school this year? If not, why not? Get in touch with our coordinator or any coordinator near your branch, and they will be happy enough to go and visit your school. That's it for me. Over to you, Mapaseka. Welcome back, guys. And I did say that we'd redeem ourselves. From those interesting interviews and our new segments, I believe that we've definitely paid up our debt. And we also got to learn about the importance of using your mind over your emotions. Another thing, we got to recap the amazing job that the YPG does in the schools. Now fam, after the jam-packed show, I believe that we have definitely made it up for you guys. So we have reached the end of our show, but do make sure to check us next week with the YPG Unlocked, where we never run out of sauce, because in the YPG, we got too much sauce.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. In the red corner, the generation that claims to be misunderstood.
Can we say the generation is some sort of sometimes self-centered?
In the blue corner, we have the rest of the world.
They just like comparing us, like they do not understand us at all.
Who will win in this heated match? Who is right? Who is wrong? Find out this Friday at 3 p.m.